Yes,
Yeah. So there are two things, right? One is invoice approval human task. Another one is invoice fin AP invoice approval.
no, you are saying here or
Yeah, here only below. Yeah, right. Human task is also there. What is that?
no, like exactly which line? Maybe.
No, after that, fin AP invoice approval. That's the
Okay,
third line. Yeah, yeah, this one.
okay. Human task, I'm not sure actually.
Okay, this is the one then. Okay,
Okay, I mean, I haven't used this. Okay, maybe for the contracts and the other things. Okay.
okay,
So I have taken IP invoice approval. So this is where basically we will configure. So if you see here, we have multiple options. So the general is nothing but the options, whatever the setup that we have given. So it will give us an overview details. So the second tab which we have is assign. So if you see here, we have multiple options. So one is that what we have it in EBS environment, that is creating a rule for this particular workflow, and based on the rule, system will pick the particular approver and it will get notified. So here, if you see, we have the SOA based the approval group. Since I haven't worked on SOA based approval group, I'm just trying to show only the normal approval group that we have. So if you see, it is over label invoice start line approval. So this is what we are trying to take. And I'll try to edit this option as well so that we can see. So by clicking here, I'm just clicking this option and I'll navigate to rules. So here I have defined a simple rule for our invoice basically. So I have given supplier as a selection criteria. So where I have selected, so from this,
this you only created it.
yeah,
This
this
rule.
KK I created actually.
From where we have to create. Just
So
you click on plus, it will automatically come.
yeah, yes, correct.
Okay, fine, fine, fine. Okay,
Okay, just we will click plus and we will have this rule created, and where we
okay.
can select this particular parameter. So if you click plus, so if we click plus, we will have this rule. So maybe we can change the rule name. So whatever we wanted to have, and we have the condition part here. So if we wanted to select based on maybe the supplier name or customer name or any particular journal source, so the criteria set we can give, or if you wanted to select based on the currency, or if you wanted to select based on user, that we can give. So basically the condition part we will give it here. And here after selecting the condition, we can give as an constant value. So I actually used as a constant value. So let me take one simple example. So let me take the current date. Yeah, so here I can select the condition as an system driven, or I can give as an constant, and I can give the value. So based on this value, system will pick basically. If the current date is matched with our condition, maybe system will route to the specific given approval.
Okay, so current date in the sense I didn't understand. So let's say I wanted
Okay,
to send an invoice to for an approval process. Okay,
okay,
so so the rule should be I created one rule which is a
okay,
custom rule. I created as KK underscore rule. So in that I'm giving one condition. So if
Okay.
that condition meets, then it will go through all this rule. Whatever rule we configure, approver LOA, it will follow that LOA or the
Yes,
workflow. Correct?
correct.
So what are the conditions I can give instead of current date? If I say if the supplier is equal to, let's say, ABC, then it should follow this approval process. Is it
Yeah,
possible?
and yeah, you can give the supplier name, you can give customer name, you can give journal source, or you can give a condition that if the amount is greater than 1,000 or lesser than 1,000. So all those combinations we can give.
Okay, fine. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is on the selection criteria. I mean the if condition basically. So if the condition matches, so what should be the action? So if you see here, we can add the approval. So basically here we have different levels of attaching the particular group. So approval group is nothing but we design or we set a particular group of approvers, let's say level 1, level 2, level 3, so that we can set at approval group. So approval group is here. So after seeing this, maybe we can check that approval group also. So that is simple setup basically. And we have the job level. So job level is nothing but our role. So basically, if my role is as an accountant. So if I have this particular role and my manager will be picked up by the system automatically. So this is basically based on the role-based access control. So while defining in the HRMS module, so we will define the job position and all those details. So based on this hierarchy, system will pick the particular approver and system will process it. And the other one is management chain. So management chain is nothing but again a group of list of approvers where we will take it through. And the position is like we have the position hierarchy. So based on that, if we wanted to have. So apart from that, we have the parallel approval where if we wanted to have two approvals, like I mean, I have approver one and approver two, and if approver one is not approving, maybe approver two can approve. So the similar thing is available in Fusion as well. So similarly, we have resource and supervisory.
Okay. So one point, Arun. So
Yes.
here in the current date, I can give a constant value as well as I can give a variable as well, right?
Yes, correct. Okay, let
In the
me
current,
take a different parameter. Maybe I'll take
how we will know what are the parameters we have? Oh, from here we will.
yeah. So here we can get all the list of parameters.
Okay.
So maybe I'll take invoice requester. And here I'm just saying this is condition actually. So apart from that, if we have invoice amount or the journal amount that we can mention more than or lesser than, so those condition we can mention. And from here we can get the list of values.
User. Yeah. If I say a requester, which means user, right?
Yeah. Yeah, invoice requester is something that we will attach while we are creating this particular invoice. So basically, so here if you see, if we wanted to add as a constant value, we can add. Or if we have any set of functions that we can attach actually. I
Okay.
mean,
So let's say I added a invoice requester. Invoice
no,
requester is nothing but a user, correct? Whoever
yes,
is
correct.
creating that. Okay. So I am saying if I don't give a constant value, which means can I set a rule? Whoever creates in particular department, it should go for an approval hierarchy, something like that. Can I configure?
Yeah, we can define. So basically, we will
Okay.
define an oracle kind of a query like the in functions. Basically, we will have to attach it. So based on this rule, system will pick and it will proceed for the approval process. So basically, based on the login, you wanted to get this
Yeah.
triggered for the approval.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be done. So based on the functions, we can enable this option.
Okay. So functions only technicals can write, right?
Yeah, it's technical. I mean, yes, that is completely technical.
So
Even I have
so
used only the constant value.
I mean, if I wanted to use function, I may write a technical piece of code, maybe an SQL or a PL SQL query or whatever it is.
Yeah.
In that case, where I will attach, I'll have to deploy the code somewhere, or I can put it here only.
No, here only. If you see here only we will write it basically. So function is nothing but like how do we want to use it? Like if we wanted to use, let's say true or false, or how do we wanted to have this? So this is the page basically we will define the
Oh,
function.
okay. Okay. So okay, fine. So yeah, there are four things we can use: either constant value, variable, or function, and then operators we can use. Okay.
Yeah.
So operators you have you used, or
Operator in the sense like if we wanted to have certain calculation and the other things, so for that basically we can use this operator.
okay.
Yeah, to pick particular value. So in our case, it is character, basically the user who enters the invoice. But apart from that, if you wanted to have this values derived based on certain calculation, so that we can define it here. So apart from that, we have this variables part. So under variable part, we will have subcategories like based on the job or any condition if you wanted to pick. So
Oh
that we
wow,
can
awesome.
define it here.
Okay. So let's say I taken a job level
Okay.
in the variable part.
Okay.
So yeah. So where I will define the job level now. Now I wanted to see. I selected a job level, but I wanted to give a constant value. Job level equal to accountant or a supervisor.
Okay, I mean that is again a constant value. So if you see here, we have selected invoice requester equal to constant value. We will enter the particular name.
The username, right?
Yes,
Who is
correct.
creating it.
Yeah.
No, I'm what I'm saying is I don't wanted to enter a username. I wanted to give a job level. So for example, whichever accountant is creating, I mean whoever is having a job level as accountant,
Okay.
who is creating an invoice, it should directly follow the approval hierarchy. Otherwise it shouldn't follow the approval hierarchy, which means maybe
Okay.
senior accountant or supervisors, if they're creating, it shouldn't
Okay.
fall under the approval hierarchy, but only for the job level accountant. So in
Okay.
this case I will select to invoice requester. Okay.
Actually, there is drill down where we can select even the job level as well. Just 1 minute. So now I have selected the job level. So under the invoice requester, I have taken the job level, and from here I can select the particular job. So this is what the query, or it is different from. Now, basically, what I have done is I have taken invoice requester. Under invoice requester, I have specific job level. So I'm just mentioning in the system that this particular job level will be routed for this approval group. So is that the question, or the question is different?
uh, no, the question is correct. Okay, now I understood. So you are saying invoice requester job level. Okay, fine.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so here I can give a job level.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and again from here we can set the condition like the constant value. We can just enter it.
Okay.
Maybe I can just give KK something like that. So it will come here actually.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to give it in double quotes always.
Yeah, in double quotes actually. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So this is one simple condition, like, but in real time, maybe we will need additional condition. So for that, we will just click simple test. So simple test is nothing but adding the second layer for this, or adding another and condition or condition. So
Okay.
from here we can select. So maybe if we wanted to change this to not or anything, so that we can check from here. So I have basically taken the and condition. So if I wanted to add a second parameter to the selection criteria, so that I can add it here, and similarly I can attach the particular value for this.
Okay.
So now we have defined the condition for this. So based on that, we can set up the level of approval.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just give this one as an approval group. So we can just say that whether it is required or this is only FOA. So I just say required, and maybe I'll just select KK approval group.
So FYI means it will just
For,
go for an approval, but it will not make any sense because even if you approve or not, it will
yeah,
go to the next step. Is it
yeah,
something
it
like
is
that?
just for a notification actually.
Oh, okay. Notification. Okay.
Yeah,
No
just
approval is required. Only
yeah, if
notification
you
will go.
if you check here, so we will have lot of notification that is coming in, but whereas we will not take action, or our action is not required in this point of time. So similarly, there if we enable FOA, so we will get here as a notification, but whereas our approval is not required as part of this process.
Okay. Okay. Got
I think it is loading. Maybe after we see this, we can check this on. I mean, while we are doing invoice creation, that time we can see this. So these are the options. So based on our approval group, basically the after we create the invoice, system will pick this particular option. I'll just show the approval group as well. So to add approval group, so basically we will just click add, and from here we can attach the member. So if we have already the different approval group that we have created, so part of that approval group, this will be a parent approval group, so that we can select it through this approval group. So here I have selected one specific approver. So that is Amy.Merlin. I have just added it so that this approval group can be attached to our rule set actually. So I'll just navigate to task configuration.
So BPM you can get it as a desktop application also.
Desktop, I'm not sure. Like the entire Fusion application, they have given us an web version. Like we can just give the link and we can use this. Desktop in the sense
Okay,
you are
but
asking like Toad and SQL, right?
no, not Toad. You were saying that for reporting they have given some desktop version, right? OBIE.
OTP.
Remember you?
I mean
No, you were.
OTP.
Yeah, you were saying some reporting was there, na? That
Yeah,
has
yeah.
been used. We can use it as a desktop version and develop the reports.
Yeah, actually that is different. I mean that we will connect it through this FRS. We will connect through
FRS,
uh,
correct.
yeah, FRS that we have as a separate tool, but BPM we don't have that option actually. So we
Okay,
need
okay,
to
yeah,
come to Fusion application and navigate it.
okay. because I was just asking in our art tool and all, we will be using that workflow, right?
Yeah,
As a
yes, yes.
desktop application, and then we
Yeah,
do a customization on all the approval process. So
yeah,
I'm thinking whether we have anything like that. Okay, so this is like all in web based, so you have to write the rules and everything in the page only. You don't
yeah,
have any
yes,
application. Okay, fine.
correct. They have given only for FRS actually, as far as I know. Okay, so here basically those are the configuration. I mean, this is basically a simple setup that we have given. So apart
Okay,
from that, we have the serial setup, and if we wanted to enable the so this is done by default actually. I mean, we will have it in the system.
okay. So
So
what rule you have enabled? You have enabled only if the supplier is KK supplier, then
yeah,
it should follow that approval process. And you have
yes,
given the
correct.
approval hierarchy and all those things.
Yes, correct.
Okay, okay. So what is this? One second, can you please come down in the approval hierarchy only? Then in the then condition, starting participant, top participant is these you have selected it from where? I mean,
I mean, this is the auto approval process. So basically,
okay,
we have given this condition. The invoice line is item and initiated. So for this condition, we have enabled. I mean, if the amount is below 1,000, we can
okay,
we can auto approve. So for that, what I
okay,
have done is that I have selected supervisory. So in
okay,
the supervisory, I have selected this one, the hierarchy builder. So based on the hierarchy builder, system will pick the approver. If you see here, I have selected task underscore workflow submitter. So from here, I have selected the user.
okay,
So I have just selected. So I have just enabled auto action as true so that the approval will be enabled as an auto approve.
okay,
Yeah. So these are the options. We have it in the approval thing. And apart
okay.
from that, we have the notification, and we have if we wanted to route our approval to different person, that we can do it actually. We can set the deadlines.
Okay. And one more thing, the approval group, how you created? You created already? I
Yeah,
mean, separately.
here in approval group. So
Okay.
we can just click add, and we can add the approval group.
But okay, so while adding the approval group, you need
Yeah,
to give any other information, something like what are the information you need to give the approval group?
yeah. I'll
Just
just
give the numbers. Okay. Or just give the name. Yeah, members. That's it.
yeah. I'll just save this, and I'll add the approval.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
So in case I wanted to ask you one question. So let's say my business is there in three different regions. Okay, one
Okay.
in UAE, one in KSA, another one in Egypt. Okay,
Okay.
so for Egypt related transactions, I want a separate approver, and
Okay.
for UAE related transactions, I want separate, and for Bahrain related, I want separate. So how will I do that? So do I need to create that many rules here to define that?
I mean, for each specific, we can define based on the location, or we can define based on the currencies. If let's say we
Okay.
have different ledgers for the each country, and each
Okay.
country has each functional currency, so we can attach this functional currency, or we can specify functional currency as a parameter here. Along with that, we can add uncondition saying that this is the ledger, then this approval will follow.
Okay. Okay. Okay, fine, fine. No issues. Yeah, we'll explore that. Yeah. Okay, this is clear then.
Okay.
In the approval group also,
Okay.
I can give some hierarchy also, right? So instead of saying I wanted to add four members,
Okay.
I will say that I will add a manager. So from that manager, whoever is the next hierarchy, maybe a director, it should go to the director. So director is the final approver. Something like that. Can I do in the approval group itself?
Yeah, yes. We can add multiple numbers. So based on that, we will get it. Maybe I'll just.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Just no issues. No need to show. I will explore it later. Just wanted to ask whether it is possible.
Yeah, that is possible.
Okay. Yeah, Arun. Yeah, proceed. Let us go to that only. The existing rule you are showing.
Okay.
Uh, yeah.
So basically, if we wanted to give a time limit for this particular approval group or the particular the notification that we are sending, so that we can set up here. So maybe we can give as an 1 day or 2 day, or maybe we can give particular hour also. So if this is getting expired, so what do we want to do? Do nothing, or we wanted to assign to a different task, or we wanted to do the assigning to the next level, that is the manager 1 to manager 2 or manager 3, so that we can enable it here.
Okay.
And if we wanted to exclude the Saturday Sunday, that we can enable this checkbox.
Okay.
And this is for the notification. So notification is nothing but what we are getting it here. So if you see here, so this is what I was saying, so this is approved. So apart from that, if you see this task, so this is just an FOA. So we can just click and we can read, but we will not be able to make any decision on this particular notification. So that
Okay.
is the difference between FOA and required.
Okay.
So these are all basically the notification part. So this is like just enable reminder. So if you wanted to give reminders, so that we can set up like 1, 2, 3 or any reminder based on the respective interval, we can give reminders to the particular manager.
Okay, fine.
So this is one part, and the second part that we have is the email. So if we wanted to trigger the email as well, so that we can enable it here actually.
Okay.
So the other options are only related to the notification part. So do we want to make this as an actionable? So make notification actionable is nothing but we will get the notification here in this bar, and we can just click there and we can click approve or reject or anything. So that is what actionable.
One more thing. So if I wanted to make a notification, okay, I'm sending an email. So if I wanted to make the user or the manager approve via email itself, is it possible? That is not possible, na?
I mean, mail communication, it is just for this one. So again, from there, it will be routed actually.
Okay, so they will not be able to approve it from mail, but if they click on that link, they can come here and they can take an
Yes,
action.
yes, correct.
Okay. So if I enable make notification actionable, so what will happen?
So I can just click here, and from here I can approve actually.
Okay. Oh, here itself the approve reject
Yeah,
button will come.
yeah, yes, correct.
Okay, got it.
So similarly, send task attachment with the email notification. So that is regarding the email only. So if we wanted to send.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So this is nothing but related to our access level, like how do we wanted to have the access. So this is
Mm-hmm.
completely based on our role. So role in the sense like to create a particular invoice, we need the payable specialist here as a role. So similarly, how do we wanted to restrict this particular notification and the approval process?
Mm-hmm.
so that we can set up basically. And apart from that, if we wanted to have assign this particular notification to another second approver, or maybe the subordinate, if we wanted to assign, so that we can assign if we enable this option,
Okay. Okay.
allow all participants to route task to the other participant, so that we can give it, and allow participant to edit future participants. So if we wanted to edit the participants, that we can allow. So if we enable this option, maybe if I'm an invoice user, and if I wanted to add participant by myself, so that I can enable this option, so that the initiator can add the participants.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And this is like complete task immediately when participant chooses, like how do we wanted to have the approval and the rejection status. So mostly we are giving this as an immediate actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So apart from that, the others are only the common thing, like if you wanted to use the self approval and all those things. So that I have not enabled.
Okay, fine. I think this is sufficient. This is basic approval flow you have shown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we can see one invoice created and seeing how we are going to. You already created invoice with that, and
Yeah, I created, but I have approved actually to verify. So maybe we can
okay.
create a new invoice and we can check.
Yeah, just one basic invoice, and then we will see
Yeah.
how it is. Abhishek, you understood now what he was explaining now?
Yeah, but that where you said if say there are 3 countries and you want to set up approvers, different approvers for each of the country. That part I wasn't clear.
So that part, what he was saying is we can even differentiate the approver based on the approval based on the currency or based on the ledger also. Currently, we have taken approval
Okay.
based on the supplier. So going forward, we can differentiate it based on the ledger.
Okay, got it.
So you have to put one more condition in that if itself, you have to add one more condition. If you wanted to do it along with supplier, you have to put if supplier name equal to, let's say, KK supplier and ledger equal to Egypt.
Okay,
Right?
got it.
Right, Arun?
Yeah, yes, correct, exactly.
And one more thing, see here you have taken manage journal approval. From here only it went to BPM.
Yeah, from here only.
Okay, but there are even manage invoice approval also from. Okay, so wherever approval rules are there, from there if you click, it will automatically take you to that BPM
Yeah,
list.
yes. The pages are similar to that. So basically from here we will differentiate whether this is for AP or this is for
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, I got it. If you keep journal, then it will go the journal approval.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, correct.
Mm-hmm. What is that journal approval error? FYI.
So this is like if we wanted to route this error to a specific participant, so that we can enable here. So this will be get notified to this user, like from here in notification page we can enable
Mm-hmm.
this.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. Yeah. Proceed. So Abhishek, if this comes in, then basically that omni flow will be completely removed.
Yeah, got it. We don't need the OmniFlow. But in current EBS also there is a approval workflow, right? Why
But
we are
for
not using it?
invoice, it is not there. Invoice, it is not there. Only
Okay.
for journal we have approval, but for invoice, AP invoice, we don't have it. But for payment, we have it. Invoice, we don't have it.
Okay.
In my
But
previous
there
company,
is
we automated it. We customized it, that workflow in EBS itself.
okay. But what do you like? I am still thinking when initially the discussion used to happen during discovery, this Satish used to always call out that we need to have approval. What was that for? there was a separate module, I guess.
Which one?
In EBS,
Uh,
he used to always talk about approval. I forgot it was for
hierarchy.
what. He was always talking about approval hierarchy, whether we should introduce it or not. Was it for AP or not? That's what I'm thinking.
No, it's not for AP. Maybe he was speaking about that AME. Maybe he was speaking about that AME. So AME is the
Approval
one which,
workflow management, something like that, right?
yeah. So
But I'm asking that only. That is applicable for what then?
so that's what it is applicable for journal and then AP payments. For invoices,
Okay.
if you wanted to do approval, then you have to do a customization. You have to implement that workflow and then write code and then customize it. Otherwise, using that AME only, you can do an approval, set up the hierarchy, all those things in
Oh,
AME itself. That is the standard, like
this
how
is
we are
very
doing APS.
surprising.
Yeah.
Got it. But this is very surprising, right? Like for AP, it is not there in on-prem. Like this is.
No, because why they haven't done is they were saying you create invoice. I'm not stopping you to create an invoice, but I will stop you at the time of payment. So we will give an approval at the time of payment. You approve it, then only it will go for payment. Otherwise, it won't go. So that's what they have thought. So now they were
Oh, okay.
asking, yeah. Now they were like thought, okay, fine, we will give that invoice approval also, so that if initially itself if they wanted to stop, they can stop it.
Okay, you approve it and then it will go for payment. In the sense you are telling about, you approve it after posting into GL, from AP to GL.
No. So this is something like you first create an invoice. So there are two steps. First step
Correct.
is you can create an invoice in AP and then approve it there itself in AP. Okay, and then
Okay.
you
Correct.
will send it to GL. Okay, so that is the step which we are discussing here. Okay, so here in Fusion, what is showing is like you create an invoice, it will go for approval. Once after you approve, then only it will go to GL. And then again for payment also, you create a payment for this. Let's say you create a $1,000 invoice, you have to make a payment of $1,000 for that $1,000 invoice. So again, you can set up one more approval hierarchy. Whenever you make a payment, you have to $1,000. If I approve a payment, it should go to the manager's level 1, level 2, and then only the payment will get applied on an invoice, and then again the payment will also go to GL. This is a fusion process. But in EBS, there was no approval hierarchy for invoice. So whenever you are creating an invoice, you just need to validate and then you can directly post it to GL. There is no problem in that. But when you are making payment, at that time you can stop it by providing an approval hierarchy over there, workflow there. So that whenever you make, for example, I created $1,000 invoice without any approval, but if I am making a payment for the $1,000 invoice, then approval will be required.
Understood. But even I don't think even that payment approval workflow is being used in Alshaya, right? Because
No, that is
that's
not
where I
used
guess we
because
use OmniFlow also.
yeah, that correct. That also is not used. That's what I'm saying. To use all those things, we need to use that AME. So AME is one more approval workflow management thing. So where there we have to do some configurations. Then only we can start using that approval. We have to enable that approval and then implement this AME. Do the configuration in AME, and then you can approve it based on that configuration. But that is not implemented here.
Understood. Got it.
Correct,
Yeah,
Arun? Is there
Arun, you can continue.
any confusion there?
No,
Is
actually,
it
I
correct what I
think
explained?
even in EBS we have this invoice approval. I think, I mean, as a
I
standard thing. Like in
st-
AME, we can configure for invoice as well, I think.
okay, but I haven't seen. Okay, oh, maybe yeah, correct. In AME, we can configure using in the financial options itself. There is something called as invoice approval. Correct.
Yes, correct.
Okay, yeah, correct. So yeah, that is my mistake. So yeah, even for invoice approval also we have.
Is
Maybe I haven't used it.
that part of AME?
Yeah, it is part of AME basically.
Yeah, so for
AME
payment
is,
and invoice both you can use.
Why Sajish? I feel okay. Why Sajish they haven't used for invoices? Because these people want invoice approval from a brand perspective, right? So That's
Yeah,
why they want
maybe.
some external system. No, they don't want anything with respect to finance.
Maybe, but I'm thinking going forward, if they are going to use Fusion, they can scan the invoice in Fusion itself, and then they can approve it in Fusion itself.
And now I guess in Fusion that problem won't be there of logins and all, because now in on-prem I guess even that is a concern. How many people can be given? These people are very reluctant to give any AP logins, like any AP responsibility to
Now
brand
based
team
on
and
the
stuff.
roles we can split. If I say this role is only
Ah,
to approve the invoices and then scan the invoices, that way custom role we can create and assign to that user.
exactly.
But the problem is Oracle will charge a lot of money when more users gets log into this application. Because if we are going to buy a SaaS product,
Oh, okay.
then they will charge a license for every user. They'll not charge
For every
based on
user.
the
Okay. Okay.
company size and all. They'll charge by user. So if I say currently I have 10 AP user, they may charge per month based on the number of transactions and number of users. They may charge $10,000. But if I include the brand team and all, then another 10 if you include, they may say that we will charge you $20,000. So I don't think they will agree. So there are many things are there in this one.
So now what you're showing, Arun?
Yeah, I'm
Trying to
just
create an
trying to
invoice.
create an invoice and we will check like how it is directed to the approver, but
Yeah.
my internet is
Okay.
little
Okay.
slow, I think. It's keep on loading.
Even for this our Oracle on-prem also, there is a user limitation. They cannot tell that you cannot create n number of users in on-prem also. Abhishek. Hello.
Yeah. Sorry. Tell me. I was plugging in mute. Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm saying even in on-prem also, there is a limited number of users only who have to give an access to Oracle production. You cannot say that
Correct.
initially when they make an agreement, they may say that 100 users are working. So you have to make sure that you are giving access only to 100 users, not to 200 users. If you give access to 200 users, Oracle will not say anything. But in case if you are planning to move out of Oracle and say I am planning to bring SAP, okay, at that time they will be running on patch and they will get the complete list and they will come and show you. You go to SAP, no problem, but pay me this much money, this much of dollars, which you have, this one breach the contract agreement, and then you go to any application. That's how they play.
Like these people have given this only as a reason for many things. Even miscellaneous income, I told you, right? They could have. The first ideal approach was use the AR system only, na. Come and create the invoice in AR,
Yeah, correct.
post it as an invoice. But again, these people gave the same reason. No, we won't give our access to the brand teams. Then people told, okay, your finance team, let you guys create the AR invoice. They said, no, we don't have so much bandwidth. So that way we came up with aims. Similarly, OmniFlow also you can call it as one example.
No, see what we could have done is we could have created separate
OMS.
responsibility for those. No, not OMS also. In AR itself, we could have created separate responsibility, and then we do some form personalization and ask them to enter invoices only for that particular source. They will have to select a source as miscellaneous income. So other sources they'll not be able to see. We can restrict in the form personalization and assign that responsibility to those users. So what happened? Those users will be able to only see or create miscellaneous income invoices. Other than that, they will not be able to create or view any other invoices. We could have done that also.
But still, okay, you can restrict by responsibility, but still they have to have a login, right? That
They
goes
have to
without
have a
saying.
login. That login is mandatory, but in that login, they will only see one particular responsibility and one particular form, which is AR invoice creation form. In that invoice creation, if they try
AR
to
invoice
click,
creation.
yeah,
Correct.
if they try to click, they will only see sources, miscellaneous income. Other sources they'll not be able to see or query also.
Correct. Yeah, this could have been done. But entire HNB health and beauty are using, so maybe the logins would obviously minimum 100
Yeah,
logins they would have needed.
correct. Yeah. And Oracle EBS is not meant for data entry also. It is only meant for third-party integrations and then do an accounting.
Correct. But if we are going towards fusion, then like finance should also be flexible in trying out all these options. Like they should be happy to have a approval workflow. Similarly,
Yeah, correct.
they should allow people to use the benefits of the system rather than trying. Otherwise, we will always be in Omniflow then.
There are many additional features. They can see how many invoices are created, how many invoices are due. They don't have to run reports and all. They just see what are the prepaid invoices are there. Everything they can see in the dashboard itself. They click on the dashboard, they get the complete list.
Yeah, for those kind of report, basically we have two options. So one is on the dashboard, and the other one is that analysis. Let's say we have only the user who has the basic functional knowledge, so he can create himself the analysis report. So this is only a drag and drop report, where if we know the table names and the basic information, so we can create report by ourselves. So we don't need to write any query or anything in Fusion basically.
So where is that analysis report? Where which you will
So
show that
here,
also, na?
after this approval, we will see this analysis report.
Okay. After this approval today, maybe next class only we can see. Today almost it is 1 hour over.
Okay, fine.
You should have got a notification. Now you are only yourself is approval, right? Approval, right?
No, actually, this I have directed to Amy. Yeah, it is Amy actually.
Okay, okay, okay. Good, yeah. Basic setup you do, you can enable approval hierarchy for this approval workflow for this noise process. Basic setups and additional
Yeah.
features are also there compared to AME. But Arun, for
Yes.
AME, what are the things you have to enable? Just tell me. I forgot that year. Long back, I did AME configuration for purchase order.
Yeah, Amy, I too forgot basically. I mean, I have to
I
check
did it
this.
in
Maybe I'll tell
2011.
in next class.
Yeah. Just not required, but anyway, yeah. If you know, you just tell me. Otherwise, leave it. No problem.
Yeah, actually, even I forgot. It's been almost more than 2 years actually. To,
Yeah, even I worked in 2011 on the AME for a PO approval process.
okay.
After that, in most of the places where I worked, they were using all custom approval only because our AME don't
Yeah.
have the complete process. See, if they wanted to do an approval by the segment wise, all those
Okay.
things are not there in AME.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
level they don't have.
yeah. If I here also, I don't think we have, right, in
Yeah,
Fusion
here we
also.
have this values that we can enter basically.
Values in the sense, let's say I have company and then second segment is brand. So if I wanted to have an approval based on the second segment brand, which is, let's say I take a brand of Starbucks. So I
Okay.
wanted to have an approval only for Starbucks. Is it possible through this fusion?
Yeah, yes, it is possible. We can have this as a parameter. So where
Okay,
we
okay.
saw this ledger ID and all those things. So under that we
Uh,
have even the segment values. So
oh,
whatever we
super.
have defined, so where we can pick from there.
This was not there in AME. That's why I think
Yeah, AME it
most
is
of the
not there actually. The detail level AME doesn't have.
yeah.
So this is the invoice that we created. So that is INV 111. So I'll just give as an approved. So maybe if we wanted to reject, we can reject. So for now, I'm just approving this. Okay, so the invoice is approved. So maybe we can check using the different login because I haven't assigned all the menus for Amy.
No issues, no issues. You can enable SSO also in this one, right? In Oracle login.
Single sign-on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yes, it is single sign-on only. Like if you see, the BPM is different and the Oracle application is different and the report is different. But whereas we are accessing everything under a single page. I mean, it will only
Okay.
redirect, but the same with the same credentials.
In my company, I'm
Okay.
saying my Windows also I wanted to connect it to Oracle. So Windows password and Oracle password should be same. Like and I just open I enter Windows password, I log into my screen, and then
Okay.
I click on Oracle automatically. Everything should be connected inside a company. Is it
Uh,
possible or it is no?
that I have to check. Maybe I'll check and I'll confirm.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I think it is approved. Approved workflow approved. I think so. Maybe we'll check this. Yeah. So this is
Yeah,
approved.
approved. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Uh, so this is one thing. And apart from that, I queried about the pass and this one OAC part which you asked and the other
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. Correct, correct. Uh-huh.
So what the other guy is saying is that the implementation that we did for this client is only an what do you call the vanilla implementation. So we
Okay.
didn't use the integration and all those things. But
Mm-hmm.
apart from that, in SaaS model itself, we can do this integration provided we have the second layer that is OAC or the ICS. So if you have license for this, so we can do this is what he's saying.
Okay. So OIC or ICS, if you have an on-prem solution, or if you have a license for on-prem or PaaS model for OIC or ICS, maybe if you have a PaaS solution for OIC ICS, then you can build this integration with Oracle
Yeah.
SaaS.
Yeah.
Okay, 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 okay. Then it is good, fine. So which means we will not see. First of all, Oracle Cloud can be taken as SaaS. As I said, that we will not be able to do any customization on it, since it is mostly everything is ADF framework. Correct.
Yeah.
It is not
Yeah.
form or OAF. So if you, even if you wanted to do a customization, you have to have PaaS solution, and then you have to have an ADF developer builder, and then do all these customization there,
Yes, correct.
rather than you have to have a ICS or OAC pass license, and then do all the customization outside Oracle Fusion Financials, and then bring only the standard value to Oracle Fusion.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
So that we can do it with REST API or the web services.
Okay, so yeah, which means Oracle Fusion SaaS will be exposing a web, web services to like they will be saying for invoice creation you can use get method or post method, and they
Yeah.
will give a URI, and based on that our either middleware or ICS, anything, even if it is SOA also they can do it, right?
Yeah.
In SOA also, if I do a customization, I'll say, yeah, you just have to call this web service and that will create an invoice. That's it.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, apart from that, what they are saying is PaaS model, we can build even more applications. So like if we wanted to integrate multiple application or the complicate structures, if we wanted to have, so that is possible in PaaS is what they are saying. Like if you wanted to have with the big data and other things like the IoT and the other integrations, so that is
Mhm.
possible with PaaS is what they are saying. So SaaS is basically a small application, but PaaS can be used for a greater extent.
Okay.
So Oracle is even building this blockchain product. So they are building using the PaaS is what he's saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Similarly, if you have other questions also, maybe you can tell me. If I couldn't answer, maybe I'll take this question and I can give the answers.
Okay. No. So, yeah, this is clear. So I got the integration point. So if you were saying if I wanted to do some other customization or some other uh, advanced technologies implemented on the Fusion,
Yeah.
then we can get a pass license and then have IoT or blockchain, whatever we
Yes.
wanted to implement, we can do it.
Yes.
Correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then did you check about the outbound part from Oracle Fusion to third-party systems?
Yeah,
Let's say I
that's what if we have Fusion license, so we can enable this outbound. So
Mhm.
for this one SaaS model, basically we don't have much flexibility in terms of outbound.
No, let's say flexibility in the sense I'll tell you one point.
Okay.
I have bought a SaaS license. Okay.
No,
So
okay.
now through a middleware or SOA or ICS, I'm inserting some data into Oracle Financials into GL or maybe AP or AR. Okay.
Okay.
Once after that data has been interfaced, I wanted to give same AP and GL data to, let's say, analytic system like maybe Teradata or Tableau system. So
Okay.
how will I do that? So can I will it be having again a web services or REST APIs that I can expose it to them, saying that this API will have all the AR AP data? You just consume the web service REST API and then filter it based on your need, keeping a middleware in between, or we don't have any web services for that to give an outbound data.
Yeah, my understanding is for the outbound data, we have this REST API. In your case,
Mhm.
like the invoice that we are trying to give it to the other application to get the better analytics and reports. So that is
Mhm.
possible. So anyway, I'll just confirm and I'll give you update.
Yeah, okay. And what about the business events here? So we have a business event concept in Art1. So I wanted to enable few business events in Fusion. Is it possible or no?
Like business event in the sense, I mean,
Business event in the sense, I may have to trigger some action based on an invoice completion. So once after invoice is completed, I may have to trigger some action. uh, I can customize, let's say I can customize a business event today in current world R12.
okay,
I'm having an AP invoice, so whenever the AP invoice is completed, I wanted to automatically create a payment flow. Okay, automate the payment. So I will create a business event as an invoice. After invoice completion, I will
okay,
say trigger point is invoice completion, then I'll write a PLS equal, and which will call the payment API and insert all the data to create a payment automatically. That is one type of business event. Another
okay,
type of business event is whenever I create a supplier, I
Hmm.
wanted to send that supplier to a third party system, or
Okay.
whenever I create a currency, it should send the data to a third party system. All those business event enablement we can create here through via Oracle AQ we can do. So what I'm saying is we have a queue concept. So you are, what all the things you have to check is next, when you get time.
Hmm.
First point is outbound interface point. If you want, you can just note it down. Outbound
Okay.
interface is one question. Another question is business events. Can we do the configure the same business events like R12? And
Okay.
then the third point is, can we use Oracle AQs here for all the in SaaS solution?
Okay.
Like the queue concept, can we enable that Oracle AQ along with this, so that whenever I enable a trigger or a business event, it should
Okay.
be putting the message in the JMS or Oracle AQ based on our configuration. So
Okay.
yeah, just check these concepts to them.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah. Okay, so these are the three I wanted to understand. Maybe after that I will give few more questions. Okay, Arun, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah. Thank
Thank
you,
you. So
Rajesh.
yeah, I think you today you are also completely aware of this approval workflow process. Good that we all are studying together. Yeah, good man. You are having, now you can, I think independently you can become a freelancing consultant to do things. Be at least some small companies you can do now on your own. Don't need any help. Okay, good. Yeah, just we also wanted to do that only. That's the reason we joined this class. Okay, then. Thank you so much, Arun. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for
Thank you,
your help.
Rajesh.
Thank you, Arun.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank
Good
you.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.